Whew. Hello, everyone. I have returned after a bout with COVID, my first bout with COVID so far. I've avoided it up to this point, pretty much made it 3 years. And then had a slight runny nose and body aches were coming on, as one would imagine. I've had a long career in I've had a long time being a tourist in the world of fighting sports. So my body gets very sore whenever I get sick. So if it wasn't for the body aches, I wouldn't even have known I had COVID at first. I had a very slightly runny nose. It'd run for a half hour and then stop, ran clear. My throat was a tiny bit scratchy. And only once I started coughing a little bit, decided to test. And the test came out very, very red. Dark red. So that was tested on Monday. And then on Tuesday, the fatigue set in. I slept probably around 16 to 18 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was up just long enough to get my boys off to school in the morning and then get them food at night. No fever dreams, no fevers, no cough really. Nose was running, but nothing more than what I'd usually have to deal with in the average morning. Because that would continue all the whole day. So I just took painkillers and tried to make it through the day. By Friday came along, I was on the mend, but the house was an absolute disaster because my entire day involved making sure my children got fed and the animals got fed and went to sleep. The house was destroyed. So Friday I took the day to kind of slowly ramp up and clean up after a gigantic mess. And so I'm lucky. There's been a lot of people who've been killed by COVID. In fact, next week, kind of doubling around, next week I was supposed to get my 5th shot, but now I gotta wait 3 months before I can get it done. But before the vaccines came in, man, a lot of people were dying. I was lucky. Got a bit of the brain fog still. Fatigue a tiny bit quicker than usual. Of course, I haven't been back to fight sports since this happened for obvious reasons. So we'll see how that goes once I'm got the gi jacket on and I'm wrestling. I can pull it down a little bit. Thank you, Kat. That should be better. But yeah. So it was an inevitability. My children were going to school. I was back doing Kano's jujitsu, as we'll call it. So if it was going to happen, it happened. Unfortunately, it did happen. The boys are okay. They never seem to have even got it. I was having to sleep with an N95 over my face while I was putting the boy to bed every night because my youngest doesn't like to sleep alone, so I would sleep with my head tilted back to keep my N95 from getting tangled up on the pillow or the blanket. Had a fan on my face to help push some air in my face, and yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm still experiencing the brain fog. I went back to work on Monday and had to tell my manager like the day after. Well, sorry, 2 days after. It's like, what were you doing on Monday? It's like I was staring at my screen in the brain fog instead of getting work done. So took that day off in retrospect, marking it down on my timesheet has not worked. Because because there's also as soon as COVID hit, like within 2 or 3 months in, I knew that we had to start having we're gonna have to as a people start having a conversation about the impact of what seems to be, pretty routine diseases. All of them leave an impact. All of them do. People who get the enteroviruses more often are more likely to get diabetes, more likely to get MS. People who get the flu, people who have the flu more often, tend to have more strokes. There's a person that I followed for 25 years now, maybe longer, talking fight sports and pro wrestling. Unfortunately, he's on a very expensive medication that his insurance covers, thankfully, and that expensive medication is for heart failure. He's my age, mid 40s, and he's been on this pill now for 3 or 4 years. And the whole reason he's on it because he caught something viral, like an enterovirus or a coronavirus or an influenza or RSV, and it attacked his heart, and now he's in slow decline for heart disease. I mean, it's chronic, and it's technically terminal. It'll probably get him in the next 20, 25 years, which puts him up to 65, 70. But if he wasn't taking these pills, it'd be getting him much earlier. So yeah, surviving, like you said, Equus, surviving illness doesn't make you stronger. It makes your immune system work even harder. It all builds up over time. If your immune system can even deal with it. Sometimes it can't. Sometimes it can't. So, but enough talk about that. I'm back. I'm feeling better. Thank you to all the scientists and all the people who've worked diligently to put together what limited by capitalism measures we've been able to implement to protect people, protect the vulnerable. We should be doing more, and we haven't. We should have mucosal vaccines that we can spray into our noses to be prophylactic against catching it again. We should be allowing people to go back to work, and 2 weeks after, not 5 to 7 days. But capitalism is a meat grinder, and it kills people, and killed some people I've known. Killed my father. Has put a former friend of mine in prison for killing his own family. So it's the demon which haunts our society. Cheerful. Anyways, so now since we've been missing, I've kind of forgot where I was in this, so let's get in with Mr. Harrier Dubois and Kim and see what we can get up to. Besides shopping, I've done a bunch of shopping for some reason. Let's check my journal. Hey, Mr. 77. I know who that is. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yes. Shazak 77, of course. Yeah. What's this symbol do? Oh, I can't really do anything. Let's go look. Ledger of failure.
It's the ledger you found in the trash.
Okay. What was I doing? We could inspect the trap some more. Yourself organized. You get some. Okay. Okay. Gotta set the. Sync the side with noids. Okay. I gotta help Suna, which means I need to go try that thing again. I'm gonna talk to Titus again while I'm here. I don't know what I'm wearing. Oh, yes, the pantaloons. No, I'm not doing Kuno's thing. I need to find out who I can talk to about that. I also need to figure out how to put Kid into bed so I can do something. Okay. Still can't get the information on the victim's armor. Lady Mystery. I'm not opening the door for ever. Dr. Joyce? Someone figured we called it and haven't got the thing. So let's go. Yeah, those are our ridiculous pantaloons. Let's see what kind of pantaloons they are. They are itchy pants. I'm wearing half-light pants right now. Why am I wearing my half-light pants? Bees in your pants. Really uncomfortable. Itchy pants. These pants make you angry. Good lord, these pants are uncomfortable. Punch somebody in the face or strip in calf length. Too tight around the thighs, too loose around the waist. The worst case scenario. Yeah, those are some trash. Okay. What was I doing with the half-light? Oh yeah, I gotta go threaten. I'm trying to get the jacket from these two. I think I need to do authority with that.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
Okay, let's do this. I want the jackets.
No. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Boys, with those skulls, you're gonna be skull kings in no time.
No, skulls don't have kings. I think, and we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term, probably in the lower end.
Not even prospects and already aspiring to be king?
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
Oh, Kim, I love you.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
The youth presses through his clenched teeth. There's panic in his eyes.
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, we want to be cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
Skull King, make shrunken heads of us.
Fuck you, man. Take them then.
He looks around the plaza. People are noticing me now. You offer the jackets to us like that? It'd be impolite to refuse. Reach out your hand.
Oh, man. Okay. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Don't make him use my machete sign, exactly.
Fuck.
Yes.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
Since you're more of a hang on one moment here. I gotta do this properly. Since you're more of a I'll take the other one.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell. Go undercover. Hard.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever. I'll take them both then.
Do. I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with his written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to you, right? And fuck the world all on its own is, frankly, generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Dark-haired man just stands there defeated. The wind blows.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Wear the jacket.
Yes?
Why aren't you wearing the jacket? Did I fuck that up and like to reload? Because I will. Okay, Equus, did I screw that up? I need to have him to wear the jacket too. I will reload. I don't care what Kim wants. Kim needs the jacket.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous?
Hell yeah. Damn right I'm dangerous.
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
Yes, I need him to make him. He needs to wear the jacket. Okay, I need you guys to go look up and see if it's possible for me to get him to wear the jacket, because I need to wear fuck the world, and Kim needs to wear piss. Clearly, this is the most important thing I've done in this game. I will reload to make sure it happens. Oh yeah, I look great. Look at that. I do look dangerous, mostly to myself. Bow tie, leather jacket, weird armored gloves, pantaloons, red brogues. I mean, oh yeah. Fuck yeah. No. Select a spot. Okay. I need report that person, please. Yeah. I mean, it's the usual. Always trying to figure out the interface here. Report selected spot for that message is spam. That final score. Spam. Lovely spam. Wonderful spam. Oh, okay. So I can't get him to wear the jacket. I'm disappointed now. But hey, at least I pulled that over. Okay, let's go put my stuff back on. Yep. I'm done with Half-Light. I would really like to have some pants that aren't garbage. I'm back to wearing this Kingdom of Conscience stuff again. How's those socks not cross-gartered? I don't know. Drama, perception, physical instrument. Hey, at least that will help. Let's see if I got anything else that's physical instrument. Volition, drama, specialization. It makes them look like they're cut off jeans. Whenever I think of cut off jeans, I think of my good buddy Hendo's father and his nuts hanging out of his cut off jeans. Talking to the neighbor with his nuts just sticking out the bottom of his shorts because he had one of those pair of old man 70s take a pair of jeans, cut them off to trim the shorts, but you cut them off so short that the bottom of the pockets can be seen, like male Daisy Dukes. So he was mowing the lawn. Neighbor came to the fence and goes over to the fence, starts talking about the day, and you notice that while he's talking to the husband, the wife is like just flatly staring down at his crotch. And he doesn't want to bring attention to it because he really can't, but he's like, well, maybe he should just check me out. So he turns the attention to her and starts talking with her, and he starts talking with him, a little embarrassed. And then the husband goes right to staring at his junk. So he wraps up the conversation. They walk away, and he turns around, looks, and both of his boys are peeking out the left side of his cut-off shorts. He went inside and threw away every pair of cut-off shorts that he had. Because that's what that generation of boomer 70s dads did, is make those cut-off jeans, cut those cut-off shorts. No, because these are tight jeans as you turn to the shorts. So, I mean, they're already like uncomfortable. They're already cutting off circulation. So, I mean, having the old bag of marbles hanging out there, especially with like, the little frayed edges of the jeans, those little frayed bits, and like the pockets, the ends of the pockets hanging out. I mean, what's more, a bag hanging out? Yeah. Comes back to a saying that I'm real fond of: make good decisions. Making Daisy Dukes as a guy, and like wearing tidy whities, that's not a good decision. That's a bunch of negative points. It's just something dads did. I don't get it either. Oh, I could even wear even better Half-Life gloves. Look at that. Put some clothes. Yes, I still don't have any decent pants. Well, at least I got that. Let's make a phone call.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Still no word, I'm afraid, sir.
Nothing.
In the cabin.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I have any authority clothes. Let's see what happens. I wanted him to wear the jacket. I wanted to wear the jacket. Yeah. There's have affair. Any authority. All the guys negative authority. Pain threshold scarf. Sure. Shivers. Great core. 7. I'll have to wear the wife beater in a moment here. What is this? Why not? Yeah, I really don't have any authority stuff. Weird. Yeah. Again, make good decisions. Hanging out there with your boys in the breeze. Not a good decision.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
There's some drugs I can take.
Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi-tool, but your fingers and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait.
Okay. Physical instrument. Now I'm just going through and just putting on different items. No, I didn't put on my white beater. Okay, physical instrument. Hey there, Fallout. Always good to see you. Sorry, my apologies for kind of getting you with something today. Never meant it. You are good people. Everybody in this room is good people. Okay, as long as you're trolling. If you're trolling, that's good. If you're suffering, well, I don't like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, with that meme, he's blaming men and women, but blaming. They're mad because, you know, husbands.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and...
Okay. Me. Well, I think he was pretty fantastic. Let's see here. What can I do? What am I doing? Kind of running out of stuff to do. I'd like to get into the roof of here because I keep seeing a lady up there. Would love to play some pinball.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what I can do.
Again.
Let's talk about this again.
Good one, Titus.
Why did I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
Shanky, his mean little eyes come alive with hate.
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you. While the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve, there's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
You confessed to a murder. I'm taking you in.
Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us and 2 of you.
That's an Easter 50, a Ziemsk-made monstrosity. It'll blow your head clean off. Almighty God, even Dick Mullen only has a 45.
The little guy was right. I'm not in the mood. And this for Fisher, you can blow off Dick Mullen away with that.
Am I gonna have to?
Fills his head like a hawk, eyes arrowing to a mere shadow beneath his ball cap.
That won't be necessary. Let's just all cool off.
Pulls you along and steps out of the booth. I'll take a little bit of experience to flex some nuts on them. Okay. Maybe you convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids?
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena, I'd love to hear about some of the cryptids you study. Can you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
I love his accent. Cryptid extravaganza. I love the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Uno mas?
Ooh, tough choice there.
That cryptid on this pen you gave me? Take out the pen you gave me.
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
That was a delicious bourbon old fashioned with maple syrup for the sweetener. Maraschino cherry.
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
That sounds like the Vanna, hey! Yeah, my housemates was making drinks and he offered, he's like, what should I make yours with? Sugar, brown sugar, maple syrup? I'm like, whatever is easiest. He's like, maple syrup's right here. Welcome, Vanna. Wow, with the saliva? Well, yeah, as I was saying, this sounds like the glowing wounds of the people during the American Civil War, where they were infected with a beneficial form of fungus from lying in the fields wounded. Wow, the saliva?
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
Okay, that's a bit. And there's something about an undiscovered subspecies of man?
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own, just like your partners.
I'm pretty sure Kim is the same species as us. Jesus Christ. To suggest otherwise is...
The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today.
Never. Yeah, it's a whole... There's a very fine line between actual taxonomic differences between different people and the expressions of phenotypes and phrenology and race science. Yeah, not surprised that someone who's into cryptids is a bit into the whole measuring of foreheads. Earwax gap people. What's the tiniest cryptid? What's the most dangerous cryptid?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Oh, right, okay. We can move on for now. It'd be dishonorable, yeah.
He nods approvingly.
Okay, that's all for now, ma'am. Thank you. What another...
Hey, was there something you needed?
Another thing.
Another thing. Great.
Can't go in the
What,
kitchen.
are you a cook now? That's none of your business.
Something in the pertinent investigation.
He
in the
wasn't
kitchen.
pan-fried. He was lynched. Fine. Okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Mysterious blue door.
Yes, that door, sure.
What's behind it?
No, I...
Wondering about it is.
Or some boring storage space with...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
You'd like to know what's back there.
Fine. So, I haven't opened... Yes?
Okay, goodbye. Okay, where was I? Maybe if I smoke a cigarette, it'll help with my physical. Fuck it. Money. Or should I go to my thought cabinet? Okay. White morning. You see yourself from above. You pass out of the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even at this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. Dimension of what? Great white object, lighting out a sweet cell like Lily of the Valley. The little man's forgotten its name. He still remembers the feeling. Look, he moves. The feeling animates him. Instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. What's on his disc will close and gets smaller and smaller. Wasteland of reality. Yeah. Smoking cigarettes. What did I taught you? You learned it by watching me, Dad, huh? You learned it by watching me. Oh. Not the best thing in the world. Okay. Hanged man. Perception legendary. Rhetoric impossible. Okay. Well, I think I got some half-light going on here, so let's take a look here. Okay. See what else half-light stuff I can do. I'm gonna go shake down some people. Drama, electrochemistry, suggestion, half-light, deception, drama, logic, work. I need pants! God damn it. Look at these things. I learned it from watching you. Oh, shit.
Damn, that felt good. Your heart's pounding nicely. You should tell people to fuck off more often.
Mr. Harrier here needs pants. Fuck yeah, motherfuckers.
That's the spirit. Never forget. The whole world's a wooden house, and you're a goddamn flamethrower.
Wow. Fuck the world.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Let me back. I'm gonna get myself a cigarette.
Is this about the question?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister.
Cigarettes.
A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Everything.
Here you go, mister.
Okay. Items. Let's see what we can do here. What do the cigarettes do? Need cigarettes. +1 intellect. Huh. That's interesting. So it helps all of those. We don't want to drink because, yeah, drinking's been a problem.
The tear machine your bottles. There it is again. That spectral smell haunting this industrial harbor. And it smells like heavy fuel oil mostly, because it's an industrial harbor. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital.
You can kind of smell dreams being ground down by capital.
Undoubtedly. And the scent is coming from that railing over there.
Oh, how ground is going okay. The game is it's much slower than I anticipated. Man, it takes a long time to get shit going. Anyways, mañana.
Yes, now's your chance to establish contact.
Call me mañana. Yeah, don't cut your shorts that short. And I don't feel bad about telling the story because
how can I help you?
My buddy's dad is a pretty horrible person. So I'm to establish contact. Listen, brother, something important I need to talk to you about, brother.
What's that, boya?
Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best to insinuate your way in.
What about a mutual friend, Cross?
Don't think I've ever met a Cross personally. Then again, I've never been to Grad.
I'm looking for somebody who really knows how to grind a sausage, if you know what I mean.
Have you tried a butcher shop?
This is your perfect equanimity.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
Investigating a peculiar smell, one with revolutionary implications.
Could be coming from one of the jam lorries. Cargo's been sitting out for a while.
He sniffs the air and looks towards the roundabout.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
What I'm about to say is I'm looking for communists, you know any?
Ah, now I see. Can't say I'm surprised. You seem to take your communism seriously. Not a bad thing, mind you. It's good for a man to take time to think about the whole socio-political world picture.
But...
Oh, he certainly likes to take his time with things, especially when politics are at issue.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm not hunting communists. I'm trying to get organized by them.
Oh, I see.
He's an exaggerated wink.
I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
Are you sure you smell just like a communist?
Didn't realize you could smell communism. But then, I've never studied the subject.
You can smell all sorts of things. Fear, disgust, desire. Not communism, though.
No, I can't.
Maybe it's not taught in any of your so-called universities, but there's definitely something going on here.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy.
You say his name was Stevan by any chance?
Didn't say anything about his name. Wasn't this sort of encounter where names matter?
How'd you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the harbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Sarameritian style. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
Hang on, what does that mean, the extra physical?
No idea. I took it to mean he was asking me to join some sort of underground cell. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution.
What'd you tell him?
The same thing I always tell people who try to press some claim on me. I said, every boyadero rides alone.
What's an adelego?
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
Deadly theory combat. How did I find this guy?
I couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais." And then he was gone.
Who are those two?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers.
tight half smile crosses his face. What do you think it means?
Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk could be. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing. You'd have to ask someone who knows the ideologo personally.
Great. Pantless party in my chat.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but it might have something to do with that passphrase Cindy mentioned earlier.
All right, good thinking, Kim.
Lieutenant nods.
Just in time. The faithful partner arrives with the key that turns the lock. You two make a good pair.
We do.
I salute you, boyas, and wish you good fortune on this grand ideological quest.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
I love Manana. I love all the characters in this game, even Measurehead. Measurehead and his goofy ass. What I really want to break down is this guy.
Right to work. Right.
What exactly is your goal?
Promised work. We beat main gates, and I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Yeah? That giant up there on the bridge you talked to. Head measurer. Won't let the workers by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad can one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
You're not a worker. Why don't you just talk to him?
Like civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went.
No! They will!
Loser. Okay, see where we're at with stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta go with 8 o'clock. Oh, 10 o'clock at the apartment. So I have some stuff to do. Okay, I'm gonna go try to wrench that door open. I do have the high ground scabs. Scabs. Scabs are the absolute worst. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. One of some items. I have one physical instrument. Let's go in. People. Let me pass. I guess it's all hunters. I guess it's important also to be on the high ground when you have your berries hanging out, right? Physical instrument, please. Somebody going on in the chat. I can see him blinking over here. But I'm busy. I could have put on a shivers. I still could. I'm already wearing that one, okay. Physical instrument. Anything else I can put on? Oh, my eyes are up here. No, way up here. Higher. Higher. There we go. Okay. What's it doing? Yeah. Try this again. You gotta wrench that damn thing open.
This orange machine is dead still.
Oh,
it has
Jesus!
A hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Ice groans and
hey, finally!
under the strain of your giant Gewaltsund multi-tool. Until the lid cracks open, darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep, a filament memory with the words "off-site copy" written on its side.
Take the filament memory.
Lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lucan and killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate room temperatures.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament?
No.
There's a radio computer upstairs.
I'm very good at things, but no. This is a little too important. Let's go. Yes. Look at a point about a foot above my head, please. That's what's best. Map. Okay. Church. Get this stuff done. Oh, I can sneak back out after dark. Heck yeah. I'm gonna check underneath that corpse's nutsack next. Speaking of balls, lots of ball conversation. Here's the offside copy.
Yes.
Brought you the filament.
Thanks. Looks like it's the one.
Take the filament, inspecting the tape on the side.
Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
Already inserted the filament in the rail computer's core. What are you hoping to find?
I have a theory. Linville was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
Put in the machine's key.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out. This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that.
Something's wrong with that filament memory.
Sona doesn't reply. Her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here. I found it.
He says, raising her ink finger. Where? Lean closer.
Hold on.
Behind the keyboard now, typing some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps, the light inside starts pulsing a glowing heart. Can I do anything?
Shh. Just give me a second. I'm almost...
It clocks up her typing.
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
Done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly.
You did? Found the coordinates? I think it's behind us.
I found the coordinates.
That's a celebratory laugh.
Great job.
Oh my god, congratulations.
Thank you.
So where is it? Where's your 2 millimeter hole in the world?
There. In the swallow.
Yep. Points the other end of the church where the group's water bowls form a ritualistic
Think
arch.
you can help me again?
Sure.
I need you to go move those water bowls for me. I need to double check my calculations.
You. That highlights that. Just use your minimize. First time chat. And this, turn it on. Okay. Oh, thank you. We got some new things going on here.
What an interesting proposition. Truly a task for the intellectuals. Solving the puzzle of water bowls.
I'll go figure it out. I'm good at intellectual puzzles.
Figure it out? No. I don't need you to figure anything out. I've got a computer for that.
Nah.
Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters to the left and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
What? She only wants you to follow instructions. Nothing intellectually stimulating. In this task, a child could do it. Yes, but you like moving things around. Moving things around is calming.
Sure, no problem. Okay.
It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside those walls. Water inside the bowls stands still. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. Oh boy, this is going to be good.
The third bowl from the left, 2 centimeters away.
It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound.
Hi, kitten.
This task is an insult to your mental skills.
I don't care. With the fourth bowl to the left, 5 centimeters to the right.
Some water spills out of the bowl. wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall.
Leave. Yep, gotta touch the bowls. Touch the bowls. I'm touching the bowls. Gonna huff some morale.
Yes, what is it?
Move the bowls. What's next?
Great. Everything should be aligned now.
She stops biting into her chapped lip. What's wrong?
Yeah, nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Wait, why do you have your headphones on mute in the first place?
Honestly, I'm a little scared.
He's avoiding your gaze. Isn't it going to be silence and nothing else?
I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist?
Tries to face you, the mainstream throwing shadows in her chin. Oh, Equus, did you get Audacity yet?
What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is
what?
I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying. Maybe it's going to tear the world apart.
Huh? You can only hope.
Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning.
You're overthinking.
Maybe I'm just tired.
She rubs her face.
Let's think about this logically. Why would nothing be terrifying if it's, well, nothing?
I assume that something has no presence, existence, or qualities. So it has to be terrifying.
Because it reminds us of death. And we humans tend to think that death is pretty scary.
It's scary, but we have to face it.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
She breathes in, puts on her oversized headphones, ready to press unmute on the
The
keyboard.
lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing happens. As Sona Lokanen-Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence.
Well, you can see his little ear, his little paw, I think. His little paw. No, that's his booty.
You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary.
Say nothing.
She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus. One hand cupping the headphone.
Damn it.
She also loves sorry for tearing off the headphones. She's avoiding your gaze. Come on, did you hear anything?
No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
What do you mean nothing happened? You find the swallow?
No.
She rests her face in her hands, massaging her forehead.
No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is.
She raises her head, staring at all the machines littered the church, cables coiling on the floor like pests.
You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
This can't be it. You should have a listen.
I'll be there in a second. Give me a moment. Got proof of the magic hat. I got stuff to help. I'll help you at this. Come on, perception. Are you wearing perception boots? Okay, let's see if I'm wearing anything that reduces my perception. Okay. I hate those pants. Let's take those off. Okay, let's put on my bow tie. This is dramatic. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can smoke a cigarette and help. No, that's intellect, not perception. Okay,
Yes, what is it?
there we go. Let's listen.
Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
Suna, take off the headphones. What if we need a better sound
A
system?
better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
Let's do it.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
Remembers the lieutenant inspecting the damage done to the arabesques.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
But they can help us with
You
speakers.
mean the speed freaks?
Close your eyes, more dance moves invades the holy sounds of the same.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would, if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Great, I'll go talk to them.
Sure. Let me know how it...
See ya. I got stuff I gotta do. I like the speed freaks. But yeah, I don't like the fact they're doing speed. But I can appreciate a little bit of wild ass electronic music. Hypnotic music, sorry. Where are you weirdos? Yes, they were the ones that were setting up for the club, yes. Well, they wanted to do two things. They wanted to do their club, but they also wanted to start making and selling meth so they could fund their club. Engine starting fluid, yep.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Look excited. Up at the church
Yes?
again.
What's the deal?
Good news. I managed to convince Suna. She's okay with you guys moving in one condition. We need your speakers for her project.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Nordic dance music.
Speed Freak smiles, happier than he's seen before. You're gonna have to share a space for a couple weeks until she gets her research finished.
That's fine. We can manage.
He grins excited.
And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right?
You mean the illegal drug lab? There'll be no shady shenanigans in the church. We'll only love and hypnotic dance music.
Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
Back. Beautiful. Check up on Suna's project after the movers are moved in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Try to prove my authority. Still can't get that. Don't know the lady. I think the lady's on the roof, and I can't get to the damn roof. Anyways, let's go run and talk to Joyce. Oh, they're already here. Look at that.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000?
He waves his hands in an incredibly lame, non-hardcore manner.
Static vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too.
He's really posing black box in the corner, turning up the
Now the only
sound.
thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honors, detective?
Suna, do you have an opinion on this?
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
What about you, Kim?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
An underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would...
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas, Estelle. Ideas from another level of consciousness.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His ideas are spooky.
What would you
Next, please.
suggest, Estelle?
How about something simple? Like the club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. Like
No
a
idea.
morning after the rave.
The amnesia.
Like the... I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys.
What do you propose as a name,
The
Andre?
name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
There's a girl with a mic.
Yes. You should do it, detective.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much. It's the right thing to do.
Hey, again, you must have lots of ideas.
Yakukata! Yakukata! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg. Got anything else?
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega!
Witless, victorious smile adorns his face.
No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene.
I think I've come up with a name.
You have? Well, what's the name?
Let's go Elysium.
Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it? Forgotten.
The past is the future, but the future is dead. No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be.
And short. And memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome
Wow.
to Disco Elysium.
Brightbeam watches the dance floor.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns up the beat.
What are you doing?
I'm dancing.
You look very cool, Armando.
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing.
We should talk about it. We should talk about your dancing.
Yes, my man.
He jumps up and down with glee, his moves punctuated by a stroboscopic splash of club lights.
What is there to talk about if you can express yourself? Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better. But there's a noticeable lack of something.
I'm going to ask you, what's up with the
To
hair?
express my individual.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Fair enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway,
Okay. Leave for now.
goodbye, officer.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
Looks around the hall, examining the carpet.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
These kids got spunk. I admire that.
Okay.
But it keeps.
What he means is, you can't possibly have handed them this real estate for such a flimsy reason. Then again, whatever keeps your nose out of the bottle and on the job.
What's with the clothes?
They're hardcore.
That's it?
They're just clothes.
There's be more to
It's
it.
just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it.
Why are you so suspicious of everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid
It's
anyway?
short for paranoid.
I ask why? Because being
A
suspicious.
reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
You're suspicious.
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
What's the most suspicious thing?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
What do you mean the left-right paradigm and the pig-wheat complex?
Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid.
What?
Probably in Grad.
Tell me more about the left-right.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
Suspicious about the production of pork and meat.
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
What about cereal grain? Having enough food would be precursor to a greater thing.
Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry.
It's certainly stimulating. I want to ask you about something else now.
Eyes flicker.
No, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Their bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
What do you mean dead bodies?
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Yeah. Spiritual
I
collapse?
saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, Cop Man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
First, where's that quote from?
A Sarais man who lived a long time ago, an ancient hardcore brother.
You're saying is not big into the eccentric system.
A 3,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history, built and maintained by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false core.
The way he says it, the force in false core, is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
And you propose that jazz music will supplant this system?
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
How old do you think this church is? Over 300 years?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude, the sea, perhaps something more fundamental. I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
What style is church
Cop
building?
who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
Okay, and what is DeLorean architecture like?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
And what did DeLorean building look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Prison painted white as far as I can tell.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Yeah, no.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
How do you like the glasswork?
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
I'm getting some real negative vibrations from her too.
No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love.
Yeah, we already did the pigweed.
Mass murder on the floor!
I do feel there's something terrifying about her.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
Say nothing. Stare grimly at
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes
Isn't she supposed to be the embodiment of a world
The
spirit?
world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit.
Raises his left
This
hand.
Arno Van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocence
Wow, I'm digging this. Would you say she was human?
I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
Yeah, they hate this too, point to himself.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
And then let's go visit Benders at his chest with a slap. She's the innocence of humanism. Humanism is a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
I'm done talking about her. I don't want to talk about her anymore.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
Let's talk about the glasswork again. I'm thinking about
The
it.
mass murderer? Why?
Done talking.
Okay.
How are you settling in?
Hard to say, cop man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man though.
Me and Tiago?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
You mean all his mother's love stuff isn't too spooky for you?
Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? Love is hardcore, man. And the mother's love is the hardest core of all. The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him.
What did Tiago tell you about the church?
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
What do you mean, there are dead bodies here?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
Hey, TJN, thanks for coming by. So hardcore, what is it for?
Encasement, confinement of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it to contain it.
Contain what exactly? I don't get it.
I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for and trying to measure.
He nods to
It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
What makes you think Suna's gonna fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
I'm not doing commercial area of Mountain Ace proper. It's the same thing the Ubies are trying to contain?
Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Oh, and I'm like at the epicenter of it. You think there's any merit to the theory?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, cop man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited psi person.
Not that stuff that I guess there's something to worry about.
Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well. Dead
Want to talk
body,
more about this place? Talks about something else now. You mentioned something about true life. What would that be like?
Life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself. In others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
How would you go about returning to this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Peace, love, and universal respect.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. Rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity. Appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that remind you of?
Sort of like fascism then?
Nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
Fair enough. Make an observation. No.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
You're advocating a noise-based society.
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
Keep mentioning hardcore. What does that mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well.
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography that depict penetration, just so you know.
Just so we know.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore. Hardcore!
His friend shouts from behind the mixed table, the smile surpassing his own wideness. Total moon face, eyes full of naive wonderment. The term hardcore also denotes a strain of pornography that I'm into. I mean, that depicts penetration. You know that?
That's a pretty hardcore coincidence, don't you think? Yeah!
Yeah.
Many
get...
non-Occidental...
Let's change the subject.
Sure thing.
Whoo! Take care, Noid. Whew! Okay.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you. Why does that trill sound familiar?
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool.
Hardcore.
Creaks and
the
stuff.
mega.
Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
What for?
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the Crabman
I got two more things here.
Thank God.
Tell us about your associates?
Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favour.
What about
What do you
Suna?
want to know? Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time.
That's a programmer for you.
But earlier today, she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
What about Suna?
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much.
Oh, yeah.
But earlier today, she told me
There you
about... Oh, the Crabman. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the Crabman. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Oh, he talks to know what for.
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
What does he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do, yell up at the tower?
Thanks. About the
Who
others?
do you want to know about?
Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at
Oh,
least.
you're sweet on him.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
What does he organize?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high.
Let me tell you something. No such thing as a last chance.
I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
On life?
Yes. Anyway.
Could it be he's balding? Him thinking it's his last
Come
chance?
to think of it, yes.
She
He's in
laughs.
some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of it altogether.
John, to your boyfriend?
Yes.
She does. And about the others?
Who do you want to know about?
What about Noid?
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What does he do?
What do you mean, do? Like, for a living?
Yes.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. in a shop somewhere.
Is it because of his beliefs, the hardcore and the ribs and the spinal cord and...
Not to sound too dramatic, but I wouldn't make light of his belief system when he's around. Noid's a serious person. He's serious about the lifestyle.
What's this pilgrimage you're talking about?
It's just something poor Fallberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Let's say I haven't been down Boogie Street.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
That's the answer. Why just do that if I make it there alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, opens her mouth like she's about to add something. Actually, tell me about the
Who do you want to know about?
The deal with Egghead.
What do you mean?
What does he think he's doing when he yells that stuff?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
What's a party boy?
Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachu, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
No offense taken. Go
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right?
You're an
To urge
MC.
things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very
So I
catchy.
pre-doctorate.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
Where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the Banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of Montmartin, the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines?
God, it's
yeah.
like being...
It was in Coal City.
This is like being kicked back to the late 90s, the rave scene.
Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine.
Saint
People
Germain?
are sweet.
He says quiet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
There's so much left unsaid in the world building. Having a high shelter is so confusing. Yeah, I've been thinking about, even though I haven't really seen it, is True Detective, and like having a high inland empire, so you can get those dream effects.
Who do you want to know about?
Actually, tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
Yes, I already forgot. Tell me about yourself.
I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
What does that mean?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Thank you. I got some other questions.
Sure.
Catch a silver bird.
O pasaro de hint. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Oh, pasare de digar.
Excuse me?
Casually brushes her hair through.
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase made her flinch.
I remember now. Someone won't break under questioning.
What do you mean?
Silver bird.
All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did.
I think you have a bit there, Fallout, but I mean, there's over 1.5 million words in this game, and it's impossible to see them all in one run through.
He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died.
What happened next?
What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone.
He was gritting her teeth.
So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
Are you sure about that? What about the drug plan?
It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed I came up with it.
Ooh.
Aren't there any local authorities who might look down on such activities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the débardeurs. Else they might get unhappy.
Saying you ever authorized.
Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It wasn't too difficult to convince them, really. It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning Dadwise into a corrupt business person. Unpleasant.
Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
That's all good to know. Let's leave it at that.
Do. It's for the best.
That's it for now. Thank you. Man, I didn't expect all this stuff that kind of happens.
Back to the heavyweight jam.
There's a man behind the mixing deck. Lung-shaped trees grow in a silver belt buckle.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
Encore! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
That's an agonized roar, the feverish, obviously not hardcore beat blow. So hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to his side. It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
Try it again. Says a man to the deck, pimping his fist.
True, hard, full, car.
Nothing.
Hardcore.
Nothing.
Hardcore
Nothing.
internally
Nothing.
He
Nothing.
furrows his brow.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore. Just thinking that a moment ago.
Mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other.
Okay.
We're close. True, hard.
Nothing.
Hardcore.
Nothing.
Hardcore.
Nothing.
Internally
Nothing.
all car.
He
Nothing.
furrows his
Hardcore.
Seriously, we're worried.
The question is, what is the question?
Let's ask the question.
But there was no question.
Ah, you motherfucker!
We're close. True, hard.
Nothing.
Hardcore.
Nothing.
Hardcore.
Nothing.
Internally
Nothing.
all car. All right.
Nothing.
furrows.
Hard.
We're worried.
The question is, but there was a question. We're close. True.
It's like a conversation maze.
He furrows.
Hardcore.
So
Is it
hardcore.
though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really.
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. Solve the egg puzzle.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Why are there lungs in your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Why would lungs be for love? I know why.
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
Really?
I think so.
Doesn't sound like a thing that would happen.
But that's what everybody saw. Explain it as you please. But it doesn't really do to just deny it ever happened.
Huh. How do you like it in the church?
Yeah! Back on the case! no disgrace. Bring it down to party place. The first page of the second chapter.
His voice echoes all around the grand hall.
Could it be? Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
Ooh, you're not a thought reader, you're a communist.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Why aren't you a communist? Communism's the truth.
I could be a communist! If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Be a communist, egghead. The future needs your help.
Aye!
He yells. I guess he's a communist now. I mean, you're a thought reader.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reversion imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
You're right. I wasn't thinking that.
Hardcore superstar!
Tell me something else, egghead.
Communism rules the nation!
Shining girl. Right on. Communist, comrade luminary.
Here comes the sun!
You said you were worried. What do you think's wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
You're expensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
You make me feel silly. Yeah, I need your mental change. It's like going out there and campaigning for Joe Biden. Yay, your mental change.
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, and his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop, I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot sink it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Try to think of anything could make it hyper.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
I can't help you with this right now.
Yeah! Kill all the rich people!
Maybe your body could tell you what Arno's Van Eyck gem is missing. Make it harder core.
No.
Fail.
That would be silly. Your body isn't for thinking. It's for robust, wholesome things. Things like discus, javelin, and 400-meter hurdles. Discus.
Damn it. Your name, Jermaine?
Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Right.
Okay. I think I reached a good spot. Okay. I think I've reached a good spot. Wrap it up here. I made some more points though. Level up. Yeah. I can't level up my physical instrument anymore. Okay. I think I'm gonna save it for next time because I think there's something big coming along. It's 3:10 in the day. Day 4. I think I still have some time left. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. So what am I left with as far as... Okay. Sleeping dock worker. Visible instrument. Cargo container door. Rhetoric possible. You know what? Shivers. Legendary. Interfacing. See, I can go back and do this. Interfacing medium. I'm going back. What? I got these easy ones here. Let's go. Let's do a little bit more checking around here. I have some things kind of here in the background. Yeah! Hardcore. Impossible. Godly. Okay. Oh, let's do this real quick. Let's open up a new... Go internalize the wasteland of reality. 20 hours! Whew! Let's go with White Morning. Something else I wanted to see. Well-behaved cockatoo. Okay. One last thing, guys. One last thing, my friends. Door, apartment 12. Oh, yeah, that's something different. Cockatoo. It's like a cascading wall of failure.
Shelves full of biographies of famous. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
I'm buying it.
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I mean, enjoy.
Sure, what's all this crime fiction?
Crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently.
Okay, sure. There's my Dick Mullen book. Hell yeah. Interact.
In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. The brittle paperback feels fragile to the touch.
Examine the cover.
The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are two silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen. That's needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Are you really reading that, detective?
I really know who this Dick Mullen guy is.
Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find. Just a stand-in for the reader.
The point is for the reader to feel like they're solving the crime along with
watching
Dick
the time.
Mullen. A
Start
crude
reading.
narrative convention, but no less effective for it. The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend,
Good
Charles
name.
Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Elysium coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law.
Look, I can't judge.
2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
Cops release a prime murder suspect. They can find the real killer. Shitting me.
What's the matter, detective?
I was writing this shit. I get a feeling they aren't experts in homicide investigations. Dun dun dun.
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession will rarely, if ever, be accurately represented in art and literature.
All cops are bastards except for Kim.
They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure.
I mean, kind of not wrong in some ways. So Mullen didn't do it.
Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway,
more time.
Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Diana DeNerva.
Oh yeah, I read this before. Close the book.
In your hand, you hold Dick
Put the book away. Yeah, whatever.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies.
No, I need the one on birds. An illustrated book about birds.
The maps look old.
I see a lot up there, but don't be scared.
Shelves full of biographies of
anything of note.
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who is an innocent?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I was about which of these innocents are the coolest and greatest. Do you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society.
I hate her voice so much.
And otherwise.
Plaisance, too.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something.
A true cultural touchstone.
Browsing through, suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, The Tragic True Love. High Speed Love. Next to
I've already done this.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Leave. Already done this. I need my bird book. My bird book.
Filled to the brim.
Leave. My bird book's here.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an.
I just had to spend a whole day just reading books. Kim's gonna be so pissed. Where's my bird book? God damn it. Where's it at? From the A to Zarik, Guide to a Well-Behaved Cockatoo. Maybe I already have it in my inventory. Primer for small kids. Oh, here we go. Interact.
A Cockatoo is a
What more?
This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most. Despite its banging, perhaps in the word, it must be glorious to behold. This.
You know, cockatoo.
It must be glorious to behold.
Ooh, time is moving.
Dark pink and You're right. Ouch. That not great for the performing. Yes.
Well, probably birds.
Where to even begin? All cockatoos.
Who would ever want a chatty companion?
Pet owners also report moodiness.
Pretty bad.
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not.
Where is this? Okay, where is this check? I think that's enough. Kind of ending to this session. thank you all for coming out. This is probably the biggest crew I've had for any of my sessions so far. This game is fantastic. It eats up all my time. I've basically joined Tumblr now just to consume more Disco Elysium content. It's been a great last 5 years for games that are just truly art, between Return of the Obra Dinn, The Outer Wilds, and now this. It's truly fantastic. It's definitely something. But this consumes so much of my thoughts. But I got a big thanks, Vanna, for coming out. Thanks, Equus, Cat, Huntress, Fallout, The Killer, TJN. Man, thank you all so much for coming out. Everybody, please stay safe. Please be good. Remember that workers of the world unite. The only thing we have to lose is our chains. And make good decisions. Good night, y'all.